Well, welcome to the midday on this Wednesday. As I said to Bree, happy hump day. I am Melanie Lawson. We're excited. We're halfway through the week.
Halfway there. Yeah. Yes, I'm Bree Berry. Here's a look at some of our headlines for today.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to start with a very sad update right now about one of those Good Samaritans who stopped to help a disabled driver and was hit by a car in the process. Now, the sheriff is telling us that the victim, 23-year-old Mayra Ospina, has been declared brain dead at the hospital. Ospina and another Good Samaritan were seriously injured near Barker Cypress and Keith Harrow on Monday morning. 26-year-old Zachary Castro is accused of driving drunk and just plowing into them and several vehicles there. Now, initially, he was charged with 3 counts of intoxication assault. He is now charged with intoxication manslaughter as a result of the fact that her injuries are so severe.
It's a really heartbreaking story.
It is.
A driver isn't expected to face any charges for hitting and killing a woman in Northeast Harris County. Well, the sheriff's office says the woman was not in a crosswalk and ran across Aldine Bender around 7 o'clock this morning. She did die on the scene. The driver did stop. Well, a lot of new details coming out in the deadly shooting of a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, I know. You hate these kinds of stories. Yeah. A friend is being charged with his murder to make it even worse, and that man was in court for the first time overnight. That 15-year-old was killed early Tuesday morning at an apartment complex on Linden Crest in southeast Houston. The victim's mother actually identified him to us as 15-year-old Guillermo Chino. 38-year-old Damian Davine is charged with Chino's murder. Now, in court overnight, prosecutors say Davine was acting and speaking erratically when officers first got to the scene. Davine told investigators he believed Chino was going to accuse him of raping his friend's sister. Prosecutors say Davine also believed the teen stole money and some other items from his vehicle and told officers he wasn't going to be used anymore, so he said he just pulled out a gun and shot the teen in the head. Davine is also accused of assaulting his wife before Chino was killed and pointing the same gun at her, pulling the trigger several times, but telling her not to worry because that gun was empty. Just a really bizarre and sad story. The judge set Davine's bond at $250,000 on those 2 charges. And now we've got some video that Houston police really want you to take a close look at because they need help finding these 3 young men. They are accused of robbing a woman at an apartment complex parking lot on East Edgebrook on January 17th. Now, the woman says she just parked her vehicle when those men approached her. They demanded her keys and her cell phone, and then, as you can see, they just sort of took off at that point, really walking pretty slowly there. Anyone with any information is asked to call HPD or Crime Stoppers. There is a $5,000 reward in this case. And coincidentally enough, but certainly important, there will be a town hall meeting tonight for victims on getting assistance. This is assistance in the explosion last week at that plant.
Watson Grinder
Yeah, right, in Northwest Harris County. And at first we'd heard that the company themselves might be able to help pay for some of the people's damages.
Right.
But this is a meeting to sort of get all of those families together to talk about what they should do next. Many people still out of their homes at this point. Houston City Councilwoman Amy Peck is hosting. That town hall meeting is at 6:30 at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on East Shadowdale.
All right, let's switch gears now to a localish story. I really love this one. It's shining the spotlight on a real-life Superman. So this man saved the day for a disabled man who lost his favorite Superman shirt to a thief. Ira Prince was in the hospital for 6 weeks, and during his stay, someone stole his Superman t-shirt, his Superman jacket, and his cell phone, all really important to him.
What a mean thing to do.
I know, while he's in the hospital of all places. His mom filed a police report, and not long after, a Philadelphia police officer who you see in that picture there showed up with a new glow-in-the-dark Superman shirt for him and a new cell phone.
It was wonderful that someone came through and thought about him out of his own pocket and thought about my son to make him happy again.
He's been there a long time, and I know that this is probably one of thousands of things he's done that were so sweet and so kind, and yet so him not saying anything, because that's who he is.
All right, so when you've had a long day, a stressful day, maybe you feel like you're being overwhelmed with bad news. You want to go watch these localish stories because this is what will give you some peace and happiness, like that story there. And you can find all that on ABC13.com/localish.
Yeah, we call it our positive look at the day, and hopefully you will go and enjoy a few of our stories. But we know what makes us feel good. Maybe
all
that's
the
a little
time.
deal. How about some digital deals? Let's head on over to Chelsea Hernandez, who's saving us money.
Come on over here. Yes, it is mighty chilly outside, and today's digital deal of the day will keep you warm. Check out this men's puffer vest from Old Navy. You are getting it for just $18.97. Jerry, this would look really good on you.
Look great in a puffy jacket.
Yeah. So you can head to ABC13.com under the Stretch Your Dollar tab to find this digital deal of the day. If not, guys, I'm Chelsea Hernandez, so I'm always sharing these links for you over on my social media pages, Chelsea ABC13. All right, well, people out in Meyerland are waking up to a brand new 2-story HEB, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at this urban sprawl here. It is a newer, bigger, and better HEB store set up right there. And at this location on Beechnut near the Loop. Jerry, what's going on?
Hey, battery. Keep going.
Okay, so we're still good. Okay, so Beechnut near the Loop. It opened at 6 a.m. this morning, and this video shows the first customers entering the store were the first 100 customers received $10 gift cards. Man, oh man, I wish I was up that early. All right, Jerry, what's your favorite pizza?
Pepperoni.
Okay, but your favorite frozen pizza?
Oh, Tostino's.
Oh, Tostino. Oh,
No.
yes. Sorry, good.
I forgot. It starts with a D. I can't even pronounce it.
DiGiorno.
DiGiorno.
DiGiorno are the best pizzas you can possibly get inside the frozen food section. And guess what? They're making the Super Bowl Sunday even more enjoyable by allowing you to win some free pizza. So the frozen pizza brand says if at any point in the game the score is, get this, Jerry, 3-14, better known as pie, DiGiorno will give out free pizzas. But you better be quick. The company says it will tweet out a link for the coupon that will end once the score changes. But football, you know, it could take a while for that score to change. DiGiorno says the coupons will be redeemable in early March ahead of Pie Day. All right, guys, next up, you may want to grab your coworkers because today's pool for the Powerball jackpot is at $394 million.
That's a little bit of change.
I don't even know what I would do with that much money. Like, what would you do, Jerry?
I would still work here.
Okay, he's a smart man. He knows boss is watching. Good one. All right, so get that pool together and make sure you look out for tonight's Powerball jackpot. All right, well, now we're going to send it over to Melanie, who's standing by with some special guests in the newsroom for us right now.
Absolutely, and I'm actually learning a whole lot about this wonderful show that is being brought to town. We always love Broadway over Houston. We love seeing all these Broadway shows coming to Houston. And this is called The Band's Night. And joining me right now,
The Band's Visit.
The Band's Visit. Thank you so much. See, I am still learning. If you all would introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Sasson Gabay. I'm an Israeli actor coming to Broadway to do the show, and I originated the film, the role in the film in 2007. I'm playing Taufik, Egyptian commander of the group of Egyptian musicians coming to Israel to perform in one place, and because of mispronunciation, they end up in a wrong place, and they find
themselves with me. I played Dina in the musical. She's a cafe owner who very open-heartedly takes in this band for the evening, and essentially it's the story of what happens over the course of one night.
And we're talking about an Egyptian band going into an Israeli town. Your bus breaks down, everything goes wrong, and this could be a very tense situation between two very different cultures, but instead it ends up being really a story about coming together. Is that right?
Yeah, it's absolutely right. I mean, it's a story about overcoming borders, overcoming boundaries, overcoming different cultures, overcoming languages. And you see, I mean, the show is in English, in Arabic, in Hebrew, The songs are a mixture. It's wonderful songs, a mixture of Middle Eastern music with American. So people are connecting during this night, as Janet said, and connecting through art and through heart.
Yes,
I think
that's a wonderful way
I have a rhyme here.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yeah. And what do you love so much about the show?
Well, aside from the music being very, very special, you know, the musical won 10 Tonys.
10 Tonys,
That's
a
right.
Grammy, an Emmy,
Yes,
so just
it's been
amazing.
quite successful, and I really believe that the music has a huge part to do with it. There are sounds that we're not used to hearing, and this musical opens us up to the unexpected and exposes us to cultures that we may not necessarily be open to otherwise. So it's a very beautiful human connection.
Yeah, and music, as we always know, brings people together in so many ways.
Music and food.
Music and food. You're absolutely right. You have both of them. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
But we should mention before I let you go, you're Israeli, but
Yeah.
playing an Egyptian in this particular show.
And I was born in Iraq in Baghdad, and I came to Israel when I was 3 years old. I had to learn. I know Arabic from home, but and Hebrew, of course. But I had to learn the Egyptian accent for the.
Which explains why you were in the Broadway production originally, the film, and now a third time around. So you obviously really love this show.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough that my son, he's 21 years old, is also playing in the show. He's doing one of the parts. He's involved with theater and cinema. So, I mean, I didn't expect to come to Broadway, to be invited to be on Broadway. I think the dream of any American actor, let alone Israeli actor.
Well, you're obviously doing a decent job, so
Thank
that's
you.
why they let you hang around. We want to mention that the band's visit, and Jerry, is it running through the end of the week? Here we go. Starts tonight, 7:30 p.m. at the Hobby Center. You can call down for tickets. We are so glad both of you all got a chance to come by. And now that I know more about the show, we all need to go down and see it.
Yeah,
so
please do.
Thanks so much. And that is it for us today on The Midday. We're so glad you all were able to join us, and we will be here throughout the day on ABC13.com, but also on the air. We'll see you beginning at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.